Guys, so today I'm just filming a video on this look that I've created. It's just going to be a chitty chat, get ready with me. I'm sure it's going to be super long because damn, I like to talk. But whatever. So grab a drink. I've had a drink the whole time with me. Get some snacks and sit down and enjoy. It's just like an everyday, natural, neutral makeup look. Something that I would wear to work. And I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to start with my base, and I'm using the Nivea Sensitive Post Shave Balm as my primer because, just like every other person in the world, Nikki tutorials was talking about it, so I was like, well, I have to try it, and I actually really love it. Like, it's really funny, sort of like, it's so hyped up, you never know, but I love it. And it actually works really well. Super cheap, you don't need much. It is hard to get out because obviously you have to pour it. So I always tend to pour too much, but I probably use about that much. And that's probably a bit much, to be honest. Now that I'm rubbing it in. It's definitely too much, but that's okay. I have a mirror right here, so if you're wondering what I'm looking at, that's what it is. So I've obviously already moisturised my face and let that soak in, so I'm just pressing that into my skin and letting it dry. It feels very tacky when you first put it on. Like, it feels quite sticky right now, even on my hands. I'm gonna let that sit for a second, and I'm gonna take a drink because I'm super thirsty. I have an addiction to juice, like a straight up addiction. So I'm just taking my Real Techniques buffing brush. I just want to shake this instead of my foundation. So I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade Porcelain, because I'm fair as I'm a ghost. Let's just and I just pour it directly onto the brush just because I can't be bothered to wipe my hands. And then I'm just gonna, oh, there's a big splotch right there, dot it onto my face. And obviously spread it out and buff it in. Now it's not an exact match for my skin tone. It is a little bit lighter than what I am naturally. Obviously, you can kind of tell. But I do have a slightly darker face powder, and I apply like bronzer and stuff. So it's sort of like it evens out, I promise. But the shade up from this is Ivory. I think it's Classic Ivory or Ivory something. It is so pink, like insanely pink. Like, it's just not even funny. Like, I'm probably more pink undertoned than like yellow in reality, but it's so pink. Like, if I could be bothered to get it out, I would show you, but like, I can't. It's on the underside of my desk. So I can't use that. Like, it's just like way too dark. Like, it just looks ridiculous. Which is annoying because I'm not this pale. Nor do I want to be. Nor do I want to look like I am, but I put on way too much foundation today. Wowza. So this look is just going to be like everyday work sort of makeup. Like, I work in an office, so I mean, I'm pretty open as to what makeup I can wear. Like, I can sort of do whatever I want. And some days I go quite natural, and then some days I go quite dark. Just quite dramatic, I should say. It's not necessarily always dark. So I'm just going to grab my non-damp beauty blender. This is my Chit makeup sponge actually, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. And it's like $5. It's amazing, and I'm just going to use that to pat out my foundation a little bit. I would normally use it wet. It's just I'd already like hit record and sat down when I remembered that I hadn't wet it, and I was just like, can't be bothered. So we're just gonna roll with it, dry. It still works, it just doesn't feel quite the same. Yes. So now that I'm looking sufficiently hasty, I will apply some concealer. Now I'm just going to use my Rimmel Wake Me Up in, I'm sure the lightest shade, yep, Ivory. I'm going to put that down. Just how annoying is it when people do that? Oh. But I do it all the time, so hello. So I do actually have had a serious, I don't know if I should say that. I have an injury to my, because I think I haven't done anyone else to get hairs, hair hairs on my powder brush. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've actually injured my right arm. So in retrospect, I really shouldn't be applying my makeup with that arm. I'm right-handed, obviously. But it's very hard to not. I injured it unknowingly on, what's today, Saturday. So I injured it on Thursday after lunch at work. I've no idea how, so don't ask me that. But my arm just started aching unexpectedly. And yeah, so my arm just started aching, and then all of a sudden this muscle right here on my arm, I'm assuming you can see that, right there, started swelling up, and it stayed swollen ever since. I don't know why, I don't know what happened. I went to the doctor yesterday. I've obviously been icing it and stuff, but she doesn't really know what it's from. It could obviously be from any number of things. So she was sort of just just keep icing it, take some ibuprofen, some Nurofen for the pain, because it does ache quite a bit when I'm using it. If I've kept it still for an hour, it doesn't hurt. Once I start using it, start to get aching pains all up and down my arm. And she was like, just try and rest it, keep it still, and put some ice on it. If it's still there in a week, you need to get it x-rayed, because we're not going to know what's going on until we see it. Because it is my actual muscle, the inside of my muscle. The inside of my muscle, that. It's in, anywho, you know what I mean? I've got an inflamed muscle. And it like, yeah, it really hurts. So if you've got any like tips on, like, I feel like it might be like tendonitis or something. Something like that. I don't know. But it bloody hurts and I'm sick of it. So I think I'm going to take from my Estee Lauder pack. So this is the Tempting Nudes shade and it's called Sambar Beige Matte. It's sort of a very light brown. I'm just going to take that as my transition shade. I'm then going to take Sepia Sand, which is a bit more of a cool tone brown, and it's a bit darker. I'm just gonna basically put it in the same spot. Just to deepen it up a little bit. This is actually killing my arm. Oh my lord. So I'm just gonna do that for now. Do you ever get like a speck of eyeshadow in your eye? Oh. Ew. Ew. And then I'm gonna take, I don't know what this is, so don't ask. Not that brush. Not that brush either. That'd be so hard. I'm gonna take a shade called, what's it called? Candy Crave. It's just like a baby pink kind of colour. Just as a base for another colour that I'm about to put on over the top. So hopefully make the other colour stand out a bit more, because I feel like this, not that it looks ridiculous, but it doesn't look quite right. And then I'm going to take colour called Nude Fresco, and it's just like a shimmery pink colour. I'm just gonna wet my brush with a bit of setting spray. I'm just gonna pick that up, a decent amount of it, see what it looks like, and I'm just gonna like pat it on top. And I do actually need a closer mirror to see what I'm doing, so. And sorry, I just took a colour called, oh, I can't even see, Ivory Slipper. It's just like a real pale creamy colour, shimmery colour. I'm just like putting that in a corner and just like blending it up into the pinky colour, just to sort of diffuse it slightly and just like make it all blend in together. And then I'm going to go back into the darker brown that I used. I'm just going to smudge a tiny bit of that in there. I will blend this out in a second. Just a smudge. And then I'm going to get my big fluffy brush, this one by XO Beauty, and go back into that really light brown and just like diffuse it all. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it nice and soft and blended. It's a great transition shade if you need to like blend out a darker eyeshadow, because it's almost skin colour but not. So you can still see it and it still works at what it's doing, but it's not dark enough to really affect. Like if you went too high with it, it wouldn't really matter too much, is what I'm trying to say. I'm then going to take this brush, which is an angled eyeshadow brush by XO Beauty. Pick up this colour in the Smoky Skies called Sugar Cube, which is just a satin finish white shade, and I'm just going to pop it up there on my brow bone. So yeah, this is just the sort of a look I would do for work. I just can't, this is another brush I wanted to use. This brush maybe. So this is a brush that came with my Naked 2 palette, and it's just like a flat shader brush, and I'm just rubbing it on, like the tip of it on a brown eyeliner. So this is the Essence eyeliner in the colour 8 Teddy, and yeah, I'm just at the very tip, and I'm just going to run it like on the outer edge of my eye. And then that's all I'm going to do. I will go back and probably outline my eyes if I can be bothered before I put on mascara. But I have this thing where I always do my brows before I do my mascara. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, so for my brows, I'm just using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Shaper in the colour 03 Brunette, and it just, like it's just a pencil, so I'm just gonna like brush them out. I have this thing with my brows, like some days they turn out amazing, some days they just turn out shit. So fingers crossed today's a good day. I have relatively thick natural eyebrows, but I've got no like shape to them. I don't get them shaped or like waxed, I just sort of pluck them myself. Which generally speaking is okay, and I don't think I've got like terrible eyebrows or anything, but they're just very different. I think that's the hardest part, is that they don't look the same. So I'm just going to take my brow pencil, and I'm just gonna, I should sit up, but it's a lot harder if you don't have a like hard surface to lean on. Right, so for some reason my camera just stopped recording. So all I did was do like the same thing to this brow and this brow. And now I'm just going to clean it up with some concealer. Just after I take a sip. So thirsty. So I'm just taking the paler shade in my MAC Pro Conceal palette. Just on a little eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to clean up the edges of my brows. Because, you know, we can all go a little ham on the brows sometimes, let's be honest. Happens to us all. You got this nice like arm movement I've got happening here. I just had someone knock at my door to talk to me about God. Now I'm not religious, have nothing against people that are. Go for it, if that's what gets you through the day. Then by all means. And she just like came around with the kids and wanted to like read me a passage from the Bible. It was a bit weird. A bit. So, mascara time. So I layer 2 and it is the Wake Me Up by Rimmel, the green one, and then the L'Oreal False Lash Wings Intensa one. So I do my Rimmel one first, top and bottom lashes. I didn't put it on my top and my bottom. Wow, I feel like I've lost the plot today. Like I'm just being super fucking weird. Taken a lot of painkillers in the past 24 hours and it's just... maybe I'm going a little bit loopy. Alright, do you ever just like start putting on mascara and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna have a bad lash day? Like, 9 times out of 10 this mascara combo looks phenomenal. Today... no. Just no. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. And then I'm gonna contour. I'm gonna contour. So I'm gonna use the Australis contour kit. I'm gonna use the, look, can you see my lovely setup here? I'm gonna use the middle contour shade. Just on this Models Prefer contour brush that is so raggedy. Like, oh my lord. But I just put a little bit on like the edge. That'll do. And then I'm just gonna contour around my forehead because, as I said, this foundation is very light and it just makes me look so like flat and one-dimensional. I also feel like I've got a ginormous forehead, so I feel like I need to shrink that a little. And then I'm going to take my XO Beauty like blush They call it a blush brush, but it's like a stippling brush. And I'm just going to use it to put on some of my Napoleon Purtis bronzer. The sun just came out. And I'm just going to bronze in the places that one would normally bronze. Now it sort of all melds in a little bit nicer. So I'm going to take my favourite time, I'm going to highlight. So I'm going to take my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone on my Real Techniques contour brush. If you can hear that sniffing noise, I don't know if you will be able to. It's my dog sniffing, just if you're wondering. So I'm just gonna tap some of that on the top of my cheeks. Oh man, oh yes. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I 9 times out of 10 go too overboard with my highlight, but that's okay. I don't really care. I'm down for a strong highlight, so that's fine. Put some at the high point of my brows. Cupid's bow. Tiny bit on my chin. On my chin. I feel like people are gonna watch this and be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, why are you putting on all these voices and talking weird? But this is actually what I'm like. Like, this is how I behave on an everyday basis. Just in a good mood today. So I'm now going to take my Hourglass Luminous Flush Blush. It's a bit of a mouthful on an professional angled blush brush. And I'm just gonna, yes, this is such a nice blush. Again, I always go TT with my blush. Like always, I don't think I've ever applied the perfect amount of blush in my life. Like I always put too much on. See what I mean? Like I just can't stop. But I will blend that out. So we're almost done. I'm just gonna, this is the Australis Makeup Finishing Spritz, and I'm just gonna, yes, I always put on that much, just because it feels so good. And that's it. That is just a typical everyday makeup look that I would wear to work, or on a weekend. What is this? My hair is not amazing today because I've injured my arm. Like I can't straighten it properly just because it hurts. So I just tried to do it quickly. But this is how I wear my hair to work most of the time. With like 1/2 pin back or like both sides pin back. Just because if you're like writing and stuff, it's easier to not have hair in my face. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was super weird, super myself. Because this is just what I like. And I really hope you enjoyed the makeup look. If you like this video, please subscribe, please give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments, let's chat, let's be friends, please. And I'll see you in my next video.